I just let an AI loose on my entire API server, and it rebuilt my architecture from scratch, turning a messy backend into an automated money printer. Here was the problem. Adding new data feeds to my legacy PHP API took forever. Every new dataset meant writing complex standalone files, mapping schemas by hand, and dealing with a massive data bloat. I needed a unified API gateway and a way to rapidly monetize data feeds, but rewriting the whole system manually would take weeks. Normally, this is where I'd spin up a local agent like Olama or Ada on my Garage server. But here's the reality of modern AI development. For a full system refactor, local hardware just doesn't have the memory. My Garage rig would choke on the context. I needed to feed the AI my entire code base at once, so I bypassed the lab and stayed on my main rig, and I bought out the Gemini CLI. Instead of maxing out the heaviest models, I use Gemini Flash. It gives me that massive 1 million token context window, but at lightning speed, meaning it can chew through all my files and rewrite the logic without breaking a sweat. I initialized the project context in the terminal, piped the directory in, and gave it one mission: refactor the legacy import into a unified API gateway using a factory pattern and build me a scaffold generator. Then I just sat back, and over the next 18 minutes of active compute time, the agent executed 147 total calls with a 95.9% success rate. It's not bad. It added over 1,000 lines of code and deleted all the junk. It built exactly what I asked for, an abstract API model that handles all the boilerplate mapping automatically. But it even went further. It built an import wizard right into my admin dashboard. Now adding a new data source isn't a coding task anymore, it's just a configuration form. To prove this wasn't just a party trick, I threw a massive US government historical names dataset into it, spanning from 1880 to today. Using the CLI, I generated a slim PHP class in about 5 minutes. Because the dataset was so huge, I had the AI build a chunking system to process the data 500 rows at a time and attach it to an overnight cron job. So far, it's chewed through over 1.2 million rows, seamlessly mapping it all to our new ultra-fast sqlite schema. But here is the best part. I gave the AI a custom prompt to inject a natural language description for every single entry. So instead of just outputting the raw data, the API provides a rich context sentence like, Crystal was ranked 8,312 in 1996 and recorded as a female with 9 occurrence count, which makes the data instantly usable for LLMs and front-end apps. Then came the monetization. I used a custom RapidAPI generator we built on the server. With one click, the system read the new historical names data, instantly generated the open API specs, and wrote the documentation, and it even constructed a freemium pricing tier. This is what I call the spaghetti strategy for API publishing. When your cost of launching a new API drops to near zero, you just find clean data, generate the endpoints in minutes, and publish them on RapidAPI and see what sticks. Gemini Flash basically ran itself today, proving you don't always need the heaviest models to completely overhaul your architecture. If you want to see the exact terminal prompts and the API gateway it built, you can hit the repo link in the description. Keep experimenting, and I'll catch you in the next one.